Hello, welcome to the GenXplainers podcast. I'm here with Mike. Say hi, Mike.
Hello.
So today we're going to discuss the sad and tragic passing of Rob Reiner, but to be more specific, we're not going to talk about the passing. We're going to talk about the career of Rob Reiner and how important he was as a director and an actor to people kind of our age specifically. So let me just sort of start out with sort of his showbiz background. He's from a showbiz family. Obviously, his father is Carl Reiner.
Yep.
And he wrote for early television comedy, Sid Caesar, Show of Shows, also Dick Van Dyke Show. Those are all a little bit ahead of our time. We saw them in reruns. We knew of them. But Rob Reiner was as an actor on a show that I actually, and I'm sure Mike probably actually watched when it aired originally, which was playing Mike Stivic or Meathead on All in the Family.
Well, what would our leaving solve? I mean, with or without protesters, this country would still have the same problems.
What problems?
Well, it's the war, the racial problem, the economic problem, the pollution problem.
Oh, come on, if you want to nitpick.
Nitpick? Let me tell you something, Mr. Bunker.
No, let me tell you something, Mr. Stivic. You are a meathead.
What did you call me?
A meathead, dead from the neck up. Meathead.
The chemistry between the two was really great. And his sort of foil for Archie's sort of old school 50s, attitude. He was the hippie, he was the 60s product of the 60s hippie guy. And interestingly, in retrospect, like his views and progressive views basically were kind of mirrored by Rob Reiner's, because in his career, all through his career, and as he was getting more successful, he was very much an advocate and an activist for progressive causes a lot. And he was very well respected and loved in Hollywood and all that. But yeah, it's that TV show was groundbreaking, and he was a big part of it. To move on, he eventually started a directing career, filmmaking career as a director, not just acting. And his directorial debut was the classic mockumentary, one of the first mainstream mockumentaries, not the inventor of it necessarily, but certainly mainstream. This is Spinal Tap.
Hello, my name is Marty DeBerge. I'm a filmmaker. I make a lot of commercials. That little dog that chases the covered wagon underneath the sink, that was mine. In 1966, I went down to Greenwich Village, New York City, to a rock club called the Electric Banana. Don't look for it, it's not there anymore. But that night, I heard a band that, for me, redefined the word rock and roll. I remember being knocked out by their exuberance, their raw power, and their punctuality.
I would say the most successful mockumentary, in my opinion.
And I think it really, for young filmmakers, or certainly for one of his stars, one of his actors in it, Christopher Guest, I think it set him on his career of great, hilarious mockumentaries as well.
This is a top to what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the
and then
amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes, be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
But yeah, it's a classic. It's quotable, and it came in '84, right when we were kind of. I mean, I don't think I saw it immediately, because '84 we were in high school, and I'm not sure.
I saw it on VHS later on.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever saw it in the theater. So
yeah. Anyway, it was huge, and I always want to talk about his film highlights. His first sort of run of movies, the first 7 or so.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm just going to list them off now. And like every one of them is amazing in its own way, I think. So this is Spinal Tap in 84. 85, The Sure Thing, which is as a forgotten 80s rom-com with John Cusack is in it as like, he's like 17 or 16 years old in it.
Yeah, it discovered him and Anthony Edwards both.
Yeah.
So it really made their careers, well, especially John Cusack, because he's the main guy. But
we used to quote that one all the time.
Still do.
Still do.
Oh, and Tim Robbins.
And Tim Robbins, yes.
Wait, I might have a nail card. I have a credit card.
Credit cards work in a completely different kind of lock.
I don't think you understand. I have a credit card.
You have a credit card?
I have a credit card.
You have a credit card.
Oh. My dad told me specifically I can only use it in case of an emergency.
Well, maybe one will come up.
And then 86, Stand By Me, a great Stephen King adaptation. And then 87, The Princess Bride. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
These are classic movies. These are modern, not modern anymore. We're old, but they're classics. And then When Harry Met Sally. I mean, he kind of reinvigorated the rom-com by making one that's actually really funny and really, smartly written. Rom-coms can be horribly formulaic and bad. When Harry Met Sally is very funny. And I always felt it was kind of like, I'm going to take the Annie Hall kind of feel and make it actually funny mainstream and not so neurotic and elitist as the Woody Allen movie, as Annie Hall.
Oh, Ingrid Bergman. Now she's low maintenance.
Low maintenance?
There are two kinds of women, high maintenance and low maintenance.
And Ingrid Bergman is low maintenance?
And LM, definitely.
Which one am I?
You're the worst kind. You're high maintenance, but you think you're low maintenance.
I don't see that.
You don't see that? Waiter, I'll begin with a house salad, but I don't want the regular dressing. I'll have the balsamic vinegar and oil, but on the side. And then the salmon with the mustard sauce, but I want the mustard sauce on the side. On the side is a very big thing for you.
Well, I just want it the way I want it.
I know. High maintenance.
And then another adaptation, Misery. Another classic, Kathy Bates. One of her was, I don't know if it was her first, but it was it was her first huge star-making role.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the first one where she became a household name.
What do you think I say when I go to the feed store in town? Oh, now, Wally, give me a bag of that effing pig feed and 10 pounds that bitchly cow corn. And in the bank, do I tell Mrs. Bollinger, oh, here's one big bastard of a check. Give me some of your Christing money. There, look there. See what you made me do.
And then in 92, A Few Good Men. And again, iconic scenes. It's Aaron Sorkin, so it's very talky. It's got Tom Cruise in an early role again, as an early serious. It's one of his first kind of I'm going to be dramatic roles.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object! And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose! Your Honor, you had Marcus inside a phony transport. Your Honor, you doctored the logbook. Damn it, Captain! You coerced the doctor.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
And that's kind of where I stopped, but there's more after that. American President. So and again, these movies are so diverse in style and tone and genre, but he was able to sort of, really, maybe, I think it's getting the best out of his actors, because I think the way he worked with actors, you always hear actors talk about how, sort of how quiet and helpful he was, and he allowed actors to sort of do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the set was always really a good place. It wasn't like stressful and weird. It was like a comfortable place to work. So I don't know. Maybe that's why these movies turned out to be classics, really. But anyway, it's a pretty amazing run of those were in a row. There wasn't anything in between. Boom, right out of the gate.
I think also his eye for comedy, first of all, was, pure genius in like what he knew what would make something funny.
Right.
And he didn't really write most of his stuff.
Right.
But he selected films he knew what was going to work. I mean, well, Spinal Tap, he had a lot of it was a lot of the writing was him too, but mostly a lot of improv too.
Mm-hmm.
But when Harry Met Sally, it's like it was Nora Ephron, right?
Yeah.
You said to me, "We've told you all this stuff about guys. You tell us something about women that we don't know." And it was really like, I dare you to tell me something about women that I don't know.
Yeah, that happened in my office, I remember.
And I said, okay, women fake orgasms.
Yeah.
And you said,
no,
not with me.
They don't, right. And then you said, how do you know?
I said, absolutely with you, and everyone does it. And you said, no way, and you really didn't believe it.
Then you wrote that great scene.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
And then my mother became, which is my favorite thing, that she's now one of the top 100 in the AFI.
I know.
Top 100 most memorable lines in movies, that she's in there with Brando and Humphrey Bogart.
And so like of course she became like blew up after that movie.
Yeah.
Princess Bride was sourced from
the book,
but
and the
also,
screenplay was the author of that book too.
Yeah.
Goldman, I believe.
Yeah. So there's a lot in those early films where he just knew right away what was going to work. And he also turned a lot of expectations on his head, I think, like especially with Princess Bride. It's like I don't think anybody expected that to be what it was.
Right.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
But you look at the ensemble cast he had in that too. I mean, you've got Wallace Shawn, you've got
Billy Crystal in a scene stealing
Carol Kane,
Carol Kane, yeah.
And you got also what's his name?
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin, with the iconic line,
and Christopher Guest again.
Christopher Guest, yeah.
Sarandon.
Chris Sarandon.
Chris Sarandon, yeah.
It's crazy. He built a lot of people's careers.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he doesn't have like a extremely recognizable quote style. He's just capturing good writing and good performances in an economical and good way. And the movies are just strong. They're just really good.
Yeah. And arguably, he was one of the first. I mean, there's a couple of them, but there's one of the first to really make a Stephen King adaptation work.
Right.
And I think that is a testament, because a lot of time those Stephen King translations failed miserably. A lot of them did. But he really was one of the first to really understand the source material and understand how to incorporate his own vision into the source material.
Right.
I mean, go ahead.
I think Stand By Me, he has said that for him, that's he felt it was his most personal film, or it related to him and his childhood, I guess. It affected him the most, and it was a smart choice of material too, because it's not a horror movie, or a horror story, but it's a story that has elements, of horror and fear or whatever. But it's about growing up, and it's about friendships and being young, and losing innocence and stuff like that.
We talked into the night, the kind of talk that seemed important until you discover girls.
All right. Mickey's a mouse. Donald's a duck, Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy? If I can only have one food for the rest of my life, that's easy. Pez. Cherry flavored Pez. No question about it.
Goofy's a dog. He's definitely a dog.
I knew the $64,000 question was fixed. There's no way anybody could know that much about opera. He can't be a dog. He wears a hat and drives a car.
So that's really good source material that he handled really well. And Misery, again, it is a horror movie, but it's psychological and characters relating in Misery. And sure, she's insane and there's violence, but it's not it's not a slasher movie. It's not even a supernatural. It's not supernatural. It's just psychological. And
now I must rinse.
Now I must rinse. All right, so we gotta wrap up. But like I mentioned, he was involved in a lot of activism, and he was well loved in Hollywood. He was an icon, quite honestly. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner, and of course his wife too.
Yeah,
it's a tragedy, and it's too bad that I don't know, it's a tragedy. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Anyway, thanks, Mike, for joining me on this.
Yep.
And
All right.
we'll
see ya.
We'll see ya. Goodbye, everybody.